This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a Bosch access washer that is giving us kind of a weird code. Here's the model number, and when you go to start it, press start, you get these three lights flashing. You can hear the relay click 3 times, and then you get this error code. And this usually means that something's wrong with the door lock. So we're going to take a look at the door lock. Got it unplugged. We took off the spring clamp, peeled back the latch. We're going to press in on these 2 little dots, and I'm pulling with my left hand, pulling the door lock to my left. I'm going to disconnect the little electrical connector. And what we did on this one is we replaced the door lock with a brand new one. So we're going to be pushing it in to position. It goes to the left, and then push it to the right a little bit. It should lock into place. And we're going to go ahead and put the boot back on. We don't have to put on, during the test, we don't have to put on the spring clamp. We're just going to put the boot back over the edge, close the door properly. We'll see if that fixed the problem. So we go to press start. We get that same 3 clicks from a relay, and then that same error code. So that did not fix it. That means it could be something wrong with the wires that go between the door lock and the controller. So we're going to check that next. So usually this means that either the door lock's messed up, which is the most common, could be the wires, which is less common, or it could actually be the controller. So we're going to push in on those same little tabs. We're going to pull with my left hand. I'm going to pull to my left to get the door lock back out, and I'm going to disconnect the wire from it. Has a little tab that you push in. This red thing here, this is the emergency release, and to get it off you just twist it so it's like about a right angle turn. It comes right off, and then we got this little tab we're going to move out of the way to get the electrical connector off. We're going to take off that brand new door lock, so we know that's working. So we're going to see if maybe there's a problem with the wire. Maybe there's an internal break in the wire. And what we want to do is put it on. I'm just testing out the door lock. I'm going to put it on the door latch and then pull it toward me. And that's kind of a spring-loaded thing. That's just showing you how the door latch activates inside the door. So I'm going to try to replicate that now. I'm going to put the connector back on, and then I'm going to take a little tool and put it inside the door lock. I've got it plugged in again. I have it all in the start position. I'm going to put the tool in and then push it to my left as I press start and see if we get the same kind of an error or if it works. So getting the same clicks from the relay and the same error. So it isn't the latch, it isn't the part that sticks in that's causing the problem. It could be, again, the wire that goes between the door lock and the controller, or it could be the controller. Controllers go for about $180. So I'm going to take out the detergent drawer. I'm going to zip out 3 Torx 15 screws that hold in the left side of the detergent drawer. The right side is held in by a couple of plastic clips, and to get to it I have to remove the top. So I'm going to zip out a couple of screws here on the back, and then instead of taking the dryer off, I'm just going to lift up on the top of the washer, which is still connected to the dryer, and I'm going to lift up and pull back by about 4 or 5 inches so that I have a little bit more room to work. I just want to expose this area in the front. So you don't have to take off the dryer, you can, but if it's too inconvenient, you can just leave it on. So I'm taking off the control panel by pushing on the little plastic clips on the right hand side, and I'm pulling off these 3 electrical connectors. I'm taking my time, being careful not to damage them. Get them all 3 off. Get that out of the way. And then here, these 3 wires are the ones that go between the door lock and the controller. This thing here in front of me is the controller. And I moved it to my left to disengage it, and now I can see the back of it. I can see the 3 wires coming into the controller. I'm going to disconnect where it comes into the controller so that I have the wire harness, the one that goes between the controller and the door lock. I'm going to set my multi-tester for continuity with an ability to beep when I have continuity. And I'm going to put my 1 probe on the first wire, and I'm going to go down here where the door lock is, and I'm going to put my other probe on that same terminal. And there's 3 of them I want to check. So I do get continuity on the outside connector, the outside wire, and I'll do it on the other outside wire, and then I'll do it on the middle wire. In this case, I ended up getting continuity on all 3 wires, so I know for sure there's not a break in any of the wires. It's pretty uncommon, but it is a possible reason that you could get this same error. So, because I got continuity on all 3, and I know the door lock works, and I know the latch works, so it could be the controller then, because that's the only thing really left. And they cost, again, about $170, $180. So get the new controller, and I'll just hook that all up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 wires for the door lock back into the controller, and I'll go ahead and reassemble. So again, this is on the Bosch Axis washing machine, and there are some different actual models of the Axis washing machine. So this is the WAS. We saw the model number in the beginning of the video. And if you have those 3 lights blinking, it has something to do with the door lock, either the door lock itself or the wires, maybe even the latch that goes into the door lock is not activating it, or it could be the controller. We've ruled out everything except the controller. So when you get the new controller, you're just going to push it in after you get all the wires hooked up and slide it to your right side to lock it into the frame. And we'll go ahead and reassemble everything. Oh, one thing you could look at too while you have the controller out is you can pretty easily take off this front panel and look on the circuit board for any burn marks. So burn marks would be where you see like black soot, or you see it looks like some of the soldering joints have come apart. This happens on older circuit boards. This one's 10 years old. So we're going to just take off these little tabs here, and we can get this front panel off. We'll take a good look at the circuit board. So when I look at it, it looks pretty good. I do see one black spot here though. It's not supposed to be there. It usually indicates a component that got too hot, maybe because it's worn out, or maybe something went wrong, got short-circuited. But that's probably the part of the circuit board that is dealing with the door lock. We're hearing the click, 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 but it's never able to lock the door. So we got the new control board. I put it all back together now. We're going to hook up the power to the door lock again. We're going to put the door lock in, lock it into position. We got the controller into position. Just kind of reassembling everything. I'm going to put the boot back on. Kind of work it around with your fingers and your thumbs. And when you put on the spring clamp on the boot, it's a really good idea to lubricate it with some liquid detergent first, some liquid laundry detergent. That makes it go on a lot easier. So we're putting the controller back on. We'll add those screws back in to hold it. And then we can bring the washer top back into position along with the dryer. And lock that in, get the screws put back on the back of the washer top to lock it in. Again, here's the spring clamp, so we're going to put it at the 12 o'clock position and then push down toward 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock to stretch it, and then at the very bottom we'll get the spring over the 6 o'clock position. Ideally on the Bosch washing machine the spring should be over to the left near the hinge, but it's kind of hard to put on, so just putting it down at 6 o'clock is fine too. That's a little bit more how most machines are done. And we're going to go ahead and put those screws back into the left side of the controller where the detergent drawer goes. Put the detergent drawer back in, and we are all set. So there's kind of an unusual error code, but hopefully this will help you to get yours going again. The most likely thing that's gone wrong is the door lock, and they're pretty cheap. You can get one for about 45 bucks. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps you out with your Bosch. Thanks so much for watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance and give us a thumbs up. If you can subscribe, we can send you more videos on how to repair your home appliances. Thanks again for watching.